down for a moment so I can start my speech. Okay, so how is everyone today? Good? Enjoying the food, the ambiance?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to start off by saying that my name is Han. I'm a first year product design major here at Drexel, and this year I'm running for VSA president. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into my thoughts about Drexel VSA and my plans for next year, and just gonna cut all the cliche or any promises that you guys might not like. So okay. My first thought about Drexel VSA when I first came here is that, oh my god, there's just so many Vietnamese here. It could be a good chance for me to hang out with people who come from the same culture as me. But to be honest, I was kind of low-key afraid too, because you know there are a lot of dramas that are going on within such big organizations like VSA. So I think because of that fear, I didn't really participate in a lot of the events in the beginning of the year, but I did went to the Tate banquet. It was here that I saw there's so many Vietnamese students who came, and everyone was just really friendly. But what I remember, it was that very special video that Eboard made, and I saw my dad on the video giving out like New Year wishes, to wish that I get a boyfriend this year. But yeah, so I was really touched by that, but more importantly, I was touched that VSA really paid the extra effort to make their members, like me, to feel at home and feel special. So I really appreciate that gesture. So that motivated me to join and participate more and be an active member of VSA. So I joined the culture show. I applied to be the stage and prop chair, and I got it. And I got a chance to work with a lot of people. It was here that I met Chitney, and they really just were willing to help me. For example, Chitney, she didn't know me, but she was just so kind to tell me. So the story, I was struggling at the time to find a job because I went on a shopping spree and I was kind of broke and I didn't know how to start off, who to meet, where to go to get a job, and she just gave me some really good pointers. She told me who to meet, like to go to the person in my dorm at what time and what application I have to put into and how to get my social security. So really it's just the people in this community that really pushed me to wanting to give back. But the idea of running for president never really crossed the threshold of my mind until last week when someone nominated me. To be honest, I don't think before I have this kind of confidence to stand up here and applying for such a big position. But whoever is out there who nominated me, I think they noticed my hard work during the culture show, and also they have faith in me. So I was like, heck yeah, why not run for the president? So here I am. So I think as a product design major, I have very good visualization and execution. And I think that I could bring those principles of product design into filling the shoes of VSA president. Okay, so I have come up with a very straightforward 4 points agenda for next year. So my first point is to improve on the event's quality. So this is kind of an internal improvement that I'm planning to implement next year if I were to become the president. I think that paying attention to the little details could really make or break the event. And if we are as an organization really put effort into our event, then we're gonna get a lot of attention from external organizations. For example, 10 students or our American friends just gonna come to the show. I feel like if we really increase the quality of the work we do, then people are just gonna come. So what do I mean by paying attention to little details? So for example, at state banquet, I want the food service has to be faster so that people don't have to wait in line. So the food has to be hot so that people could enjoy the experience, as well as there are going to be more performances, more entertainment. And I noticed that there are a lot of people who go to the tape banquet having no one, and they just get to sit at a random table and no one really talk to each other. And these people, I think they really feel lost, and I think Eboard has to do a better job at providing guidance. For example, the task force has to go to one of them table, for example, offering ice-breaking events so that people will feel belong. Okay, so my second point is to improve on community outreach. So for the past 1 year, I've noticed that the marketing team hasn't been that active. So I think that Eboard has done a good job with coming up with the idea of the task force, but they haven't been really active either. So next year, I want the marketing team and the task force team has to be more hands-on to really get out there, reach out to freshmen who are maybe too shy to come up to an event, or reach out to alumni who already graduated. And to really improve the outreach, I think that more effort has to put into promotion. For example, better videos, better posters has to be made so that people could be updated of what events are going on. So my third point is to reinforcing the community's bond. So I have a very specific idea for this point. So I came up with this program called Big and Little. So technically it's like a rip-off of the Rick Life system. Personally, I'm not an advocate of Rick Life, but I think that we have to give them the credit for the kind of like special bonds that each members in that kind of organization has. So technically, when a freshman first joins Drexel, they're gonna get matched with an upperclassman. This upperclassman gonna offer navigations through like school, Drexel, co-op, career, anything, or just social life. And I think that if this program works, it's gonna become a tradition. A little gonna become a big, and there's gonna be a connections between different generations of VSA members. So my last point is that my last point and most important one is I want to engage every VSA members in the decision-making process. So recently I've noticed there's a Facebook page called Drexel VSA Gossip. And to be honest, I go up there and like scroll down the feed, and I see there are a lot of funny and goofy posts, and there are a lot of shades and tension there too. And I would totally understand why people would be angry like that, because they care, but they didn't have any platforms to express their opinions. I know they could send emails directly to VSA, but I think that's very formal. So next year, in order to change that, I want to create an official platform where people could put in their opinions, their ideas, or even their concerns. Because I feel that if they have any anger, it should be say directly at Eboard so that we know how to resolve it. Because in the long run, that kind of tension existing on the gossip post could be really toxic and very divisive. So we're gonna try to take all of those ideas into consideration and make it as transparent as possible. We're gonna post it on Facebook, create a poll, and if a lot of people are interested in the ideas, we're gonna try to make it possible. We're gonna get Drexel permissions, all the resources, the locations, and as well as like the outreach so that people are gonna come to the event. Okay, so another proposal I want to make so that people could be really hands-on with Eboard is to have open meetings, so that, for example, once a month or before every big event, people could come and really brainstorm ideas, and alumni or upperclassmen who have been with VSA for the past 5 or 6 years could really come and give us really helpful advice. So to recap, like my agenda for next year, I just want to say that my purpose for running as the president is not to put myself on a pedestal, because I think that the Eboard or the president are just regular VSA members with a fancy titles and a responsibility to listen. So if I were lucky enough to given the chance to be the president next year, I will promise to listen and fulfill everyone's wishes. And I think that next year, if I were the president, VSA direction is going to be really flexible and going to be tailored to everyone's wishes. Okay, and that's just the end of my presentation, but I also made a short video clip, and I hope that you guys will like it. I want to
正解 volume 所以
Exposed.
It's never too late to change. It's time to shine. Shine.